Today we're doing a update on the Piscifun line winding system. It comes with a nice diagram right here, and it will show you the various different adapters that you can use for different types of spools in the system. It's an example of some of them. That. You put these together for the various spools. If you need to take up slack, and since it's getting to be spring and a viewer requested it, we'll do an update on this, the original video. You get this part right here. It's a very simple system. If you're going to be using it for a spinning reel, you keep the spool spinning in the manner of the speed that you're spinning the spool. And this is the handle that you hook on. Just like that. And then, in interest of time, I already have the reel set up. You just simply put it on like you do with a traditional rod. Make it nice and tight. And then I'm using this for purely instructional purposes when it comes to putting this type of line on this reel, so you guys can see it really well. Hopefully you're just tightening it down. Once you get it where you want it, with this ring up here. And I tend to make it fairly tight on there, because that way you don't have to worry about the spool falling off of its little knobs here. And like I said before, with the bait caster, you would lock this down. And of course your line would be going the other direction. Then if you lock it down, it's not moving with the spool of the spinning reel. So and then this has, I like to make it a little loose, but not too loose. And then you just purely make sure your line's lined up, close the bail on the spinning reel, and start putting it on. And it does help if you taped it a little bit, or have at least a band on there so it goes on well. Okay, so now once we have it the way we want it, I like to put on a couple strands. Now I'm going to loosen this up a little bit so it will spin. Sometimes I loosen this a little to allow the spool to rotate freer. And what you want to do with this is you want to match. I like to make this nice and tight. You want to match the speed that spool's spinning. And for 2 years, this is the way I put on all of my line on every piece of tackle for fishing that I use. And it works wonderful. As you can see, it spools it up really quick. I know this is fairly heavy duty monofilament. but it works great. It's a simple concept. The whole key is you want to make sure that the speed of the spin matches your spool speed that you're putting the line on. I try to do a little slower. You can go quite fast if you want to. The whole idea is you don't want to have overspin, because that's what's going to allow you to have problems. I hope you enjoy this update on the review of the Piscifun, I call it the reel winder. Everybody have a wonderful day and a happy lining of the spool. Bye-bye.